Hello everyone, we're moving on to learning target 5 where we're going to be working with area and perimeter on the coordinate grid. This is Mrs. Ozier.
And this is Ms. Perrier.
And let's get started.
Okay, so for this one we're going to find the area, and you can see that it's a pretty weird shape, but there's a simple way that you can break this down so you can easily get the area of it. So what I would do is I would draw a line in down where you see it there, and it breaks it into a rectangle and it breaks it into a triangle. So you have both of those that you need to get the area for. So the first for the triangle, the area is half base times height, and then you're going to add the rectangle's area, which is also base times height. So when you get those numbers, you can see that for the triangle, the base is 2, and you're going to use the height where the line that you drew, and that is 6 boxes. And that is your triangle there. And then for the rectangle, you can count there's 3 for the base and 6 for the height. So then you can type this all into your calculator, and then that will get you your answer. So your answer should be 6 plus 18, which equals 24. But you need to remember the base must be a side, and the height doesn't have to be. They both can be flat. So as you could see that the height of the triangle, it is flat. So it doesn't need to be a side.
All right, we're moving on to a different kind of shape. So this is also a quadrilateral, but if you notice, so that means it has 4 sides, right? None of the sides are flat. So we just talked about how a base must be a side and the height doesn't have to be, but they both have to be flat. I don't have any flat surfaces, and what I mean by that is that they don't lie straight on the grid line. So like I'm drawing something that I would consider flat right there. I don't have any sides that do that. When that happens, we use the method called the box method, and you literally draw a box around the shape. So you start at a vertex, and you draw straight down until you hit the next vertex, and then you draw straight across until you hit the next vertex. A vertex is a corner of a shape, in case you forgot that word from previous years. And then you keep going round and round and round, and you literally make a box. Now you can find the area of the box, because it will be a rectangle or a square or some shape that you do have a base and height of, and I just got that by counting again 5 across on the bottom and 7 high on the right or left side. So you have 35. Now I'm going to almost cut away the pieces that I don't need. So these are the extra pieces. All of these, because we made a box, will have flat sides. So this triangle that I just highlighted in purple, I'm going to call that triangle 1 just for organization. And again, these are your notes, so you don't have to write everything. You can abbreviate how you need to draw a triangle symbol. So 1/2, 1 the base, and then 7 the height, because those are my flat 2 sides of the triangle. That next triangle there is 1/2, 1 times 4. Quick thing about base and height, I can turn and flip a shape all over the place. If I use 1 and you think that's the height, but I'm calling it the base, realize multiplication is commutative. You can put that in any order you want to. Do it to the next triangle. Again, I have a base and a height of 1 and 3. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And triangle 4, again, 1/2, 4 times 2. So I'm just counting the base and height of all of those triangles. With this specific one, this won't always happen, but I also have this square right there. I called it a rectangle. A square is a rectangle for the record. And that's base times height, 1 times 1. So don't forget, we have that extra piece as well. I add all of that up, so I get the sum of all of those. I get 12, and then I simply subtract them. And what's left is 23 square units, which is the area of the interior space there, which is what we were looking for to start with. Okay, perimeter is different than area. Perimeter is the distance, focus on the word distance, around an object. We just did distance formula. So to do this, you need to find the distance of all 3 sides. So to kind of just start your thought process, you're going to need to find the length of AC, the length of AB, and the length of BC. You can do this either the graphic way or the formula way. We're going to do 2 of the sides with the graphic way and 1 of the sides with the formula. So for side AC, I would make my right triangle around that side. I would use those 2 flat values like we were talking about before, 5 squared and 1 squared in my Pythagorean theorem, and get the square root of 26. For AB, I would get 4 and 6. So again, I would be counting those values from the right triangle that I would draw around AB and get square root of 52. And then you have another option.
So for the last one, we're going to use our lovely distance formula to find the length of BC. So first you have to use your formula, which is displayed there, and then you need to find your points of B and C. So once you have those, you plug them into the formula as where they should go, and then you can put them in and you will get ultimately square root of 50 in the end.
And then the perimeter is when you add all of these up, right? It's the distance around the whole thing. So that would be it in like the most precise form possible. Now, if we said round to the nearest tenth, you would type all of those in and give us an approximated value. But just for the record, that is the answer, is all of those added together, and that would be an exact value. So that's it for this learning target. Have a great day, and we'll see you in class.